Hey Flosstube, it's Brandy. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. Almost. Sorry this video is a little bit dark. Apparently the only time I can ever find to film is at night. So, that's an issue. But it can't be fixed right now. I only have a little bit of time before it's time to take my daughter into her dance for the evening. She's had so many performances lately. Like this whole week is performances every night except for Friday. It's a lot. They're this week they're all kind of in-house performances, but they're it's just a lot because it still means costume and makeup and hair and all the stuff. So anyway, we're going to be heading out here in just a little bit, and I just finished baking a bunch of cookies, and I thought I'm going to just take a few minutes and I'm going to talk to my Flosstube friends. So, hi. I wanted to say thank you so much for everybody's kindnesses and warm responses from after the last video where I talked about depression and anxiety and grief and some of those things that myself and others are experiencing during this holiday season. And I had so many people reach out and say that they also experienced those things, and then wish me just encouragement and a Merry Christmas and all those good things. And I got some incredible shout outs from Donna Ray and Art of the Designs, who I don't know, but I'm going to go check her out. So it's so nice to have people in this community who are just bonded together. I don't know. What is it about Flosstube that just makes this such a cool place? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I like it. So, good job, Flosstube. Speaking of good job, Flosstube, my friends, I got to tell you. So, y'all know I'm a budget stitcher, right? It's just the season of life that I am currently in. If that season should ever change, I will be a happy camper. If not, I'm learning to love what I've got. But I was gifted this amazing little package from a new friend named Rhonda. And I did not ask if I could use her whole name, so I'm just going to give her first name, Rhonda. She asked if she could send me some stuff, pass along some stuff to me that she's done with. And I said, girl, of course, right? And promised that when I'm done with things, I will send them on to others as well. So hold tight. I got to turn around for this one. Y'all, oh, it's falling. It's falling. Here's the stack, literal stack of goodness that Rhonda sent me. There is, there's a lot. It's crazy. There's like all these, like things for finishing. Some of them are vintage and wonderful, and I'm so happy. There's, see, look at some vintagey stuff. Like, isn't that awesome? That's great. She sent me some linen, some chunks of linen to do some smalls, which that color's not showing up right, but you know, bad lighting. So, and then she sent me several pieces of fabric for like finishing the backs of things. I think this is so cute. I just think it's wonderful. Including a little, oops, sorry, that was a weird thing. Including this cute little piece of fabric. Look at that, you guys. That's so cute. And then there's this whole stack of patterns and books, and it's amazing. Rhonda, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your generosity. I will be sure to pass these on and pay it forward for other people as occasion provides. So thank you so much. What a delightful thing to receive in the mail at Christmas time. Way better than bills, right? So that was cool. I do have a few things that I want to show you guys real quick. First, this is not cross stitching, but I made this gnome, and I made him a while ago. Y'all know, I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, you know, I like true crime, and I like crime shows. I have ever since I was like 4 or 5, when my best friend Linda June and I thought that there was a murderer in our neighborhood. And we decided to investigate. Literally, that's where my passion sprang from. 4 or 5 years old. Guys, that's nuts. So anyway, that's me. Nuts? I don't know. Anyway, I like true crime. That's the bottom line. And so I listened to a podcast. I'm not going to give you the name because I don't necessarily want to recommend it because it's not appropriate for all audience members. And I just don't feel like I should. I feel like that would be irresponsible. However, I made this gnome to send to this podcast as like a little thank you gift, and I just haven't done it. And now I kind of don't think I'm going to because I'm in love with this gnome. But that doesn't seem like a good segue, right? True crime, gnomes, what in the world do they have in common? Well, here's the gnome. Oh, I wish that you could see him better. He has got, let's see, on the back side, his little frock has got some, it's just yarn that's sewn on, some fuzzy fibers on his hat. He's got his little boots. His little hat has his bell. Guys, he does not have a name yet, but he solves crimes. That's right. He's a crime-fighting gnome. Fight me. I love him. I'm not even going to put him on my channel. I mean, on my store. This is my channel. I'm not going to sell him. I'm keeping this one forever because he is too cute. But I got to come up with a good name for him. So if you know any good Scandinavian crime-fighting names, oh, feel free to drop those. Yeah. So anyway. That was weird. But that's me also. Okay, now on to stitching, right? Because that's why we're really here. Stitchy goodness. So I have been working on, this is by Plum Street Sampler. Why do I never get it right? I don't even know. Anyway, it is called Our Savior's Birth. It is a freebie on the blog. So there's the chart. And if you'll remember, this is one that I screwed up on the positioning of because I just did. So I've kind of been working on it slowly but surely, and it's getting there. I'm trying to block the Christmas lights as best I can. You can see I've got 2 little deer there. Do you see them? So I still have a little ways to go. I don't know that this is going to get done before Christmas because you guys, I've got some stuff to do. I've been working on ornaments. That's what I've been doing. Let's just take this one right off the tree. This is my daughter's ornament. And I mentioned this ornament in my last video. I took inspiration from Beth at Heartstring Samplery and found this elephant actually in a book, but then I added, added the mistletoe and the 2018 along the bottom. And then I finished it with some gingham on the back from Hobby Lobby and just some twine on the sides. So that's for my daughter because she loves elephants. And then for my son, so I found a pattern. So my son is a big, let's face it, nerd. But I am too, so it's all good. And I found this pattern. Actually, I found a few patterns that are freebies for what's called a D20. Now, if you're not a gamer, you don't know what a D20 is. It's a 20-sided die, like rolling the dice die. And you use it in role-playing games, like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder and that kind of thing. Well, we're big RPG people. So I've taken some of those D20 designs and I've kind of reworked them a little bit and kind of came up with my own. So I've been working on trying to get this as an ornament. This has been such a challenge, you guys. He wanted yellow. So that, and then the number is actually red. Oh, the lighting just went so weird. But you can't really see that it's red. It looks kind of brown, but it really is red. And then this fabric is Zweigart. 32 count. I don't know what kind. It's the gray checky kind. But I wanted to be able to stitch this in a way that it would be small enough as an ornament. I keep looking up here, but y'all are down here. I'll try to do better. Anyway, I wanted to find the right fabric, but it has to be an even weave. And it needs to be small enough to be an ornament. I don't want a giant plate-sized ornament on the tree. And what I had was this 32 count checked Zweigart. So that's what I've been using. But y'all, I'm doing it over one. I haven't stitched over one except for words. And I didn't love that. And this is full coverage. And I for sure don't love that. So how you all do over one for like, what is the, I don't know, Beth has one that's, ooh, it's a big one. I don't remember what the design is. But then there's also the foresty one, somebody else's design that's got all the trees. And then the forest grew, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, there are people out there that are crazy enough to do them all over one, and it's insane, and I don't understand you guys, because that's nuts. But it's going to look good when it's done. But it might not be this Christmas. So I warned him. This might be his Christmas ornament for next year instead. So anyway, that's that. All right. The other thing that I have to show you is another thing from Plum Street Samplers. I got it right. Do you know why I got it right? Because it's right there. Apparently, I can only do it right when I read. This is another freebie from Paulette's website called Adore Him. And that's what it looks like. And it's just kind of choose your own color and go for it. So, this is, I believe the fabric here on this is Nikki's Creations. I think it's a 32 count, if I remember correctly. And I chose, originally I had it in kind of a maroony cherry red. Does that make sense? And it just wasn't covering good. I don't know why, but it just wasn't right. So, so I switched it to this green, and I can't even remember. I think it's a DMC. And And the red that I was using previously was an over-dyed, maybe Weeks Dye Works, and I don't know if their floss is like not as poofy. Do you guys know what I mean? Like it's not as fluffy, so maybe the coverage just isn't as good, or what? But it seems like this just was covering better. I don't know. So anyway, and the date, Paulette put this out in 2010, so it's been a hot minute or so. And so last weekend, my husband and I were at our Pathfinder game, and I'm sitting there stitching along as we're doing our little RPG stuff, and all of a sudden one of my friends looks over and he goes, Brandy, it's not 2010. And I was like, oh, shoot, I totally screwed up the date, because I wasn't, again, I got distracted, right? So I was like, well, darn, I haven't done the 20 yet. You know, I hadn't put in the 20. So I decided I'm just going to change it to 19. And then it works. Besides, I think it kind of looks, I don't know, it looks sort of old-fashioned-y to me. So it worked. Anyway, that's all I've been stitching on lately. This, by the way, this was a super fast stitch. Honestly, I did it in like, okay, let me take that back. It took a couple of days, and one of those days, literally, I was stitching on it for like 4 hours. So maybe it's not as quick as it seems, but it's a fun stitch, and it's pretty, and I think you should do it. You guys, we are, it is Wednesday, the Wednesday before Christmas. Christmas is in less than a week. That is insane. I have not done any Christmas present shopping at all. And I don't get to until Friday, because that's how the paycheck cookie crumbled. So Friday is going to be busy. And then Saturday, I'm going to bake cookies and wrap presents. And then Sunday, I'm going to make lefse, which if you don't know what lefse is, then your life is sad. Lefse is a flatbread from Norway. It's usually a potato-based flatbread, and it's lovely. It's delicious. My original, okay, I was hoping that I would do this video after I already had some lefse made so that I could show you, but that's just not going to happen. So I'll try to take some pictures during the lefse making process, and I will post them in my next video. But lefse is a yearly tradition for us. We only have it at Christmas time, and it's kind of, because I end up doing like a triple batch. Usually it takes kind of a whole day to do, but the recipe that I use has been passed down for generations, and it just makes me happy. So I'm looking forward to that. And I've also got some oatmeal raisin cookies that have been passed down for even more generations that I'm going to make, and I'm looking forward to that. There are things to look forward to. And this is very exciting. I was a little bit disappointed because I thought I wasn't going to be able to go see my mom over the holidays, and family's kind of important, right? And then I talked with my brother, and we're going to go across the mountain, and we're going to go see my mom, and I'm super duper happy. It's going to be the day after Christmas, but that's okay. A day late doesn't always mean $1 short, right? All right. So anyway, you guys, I think that's all I have for you. I just wanted to mostly just pop on and say that I am so appreciative of you, and I love you guys. And I want to show you one more thing. This is going to be weird. I'm just going to show you my t-shirts every time I wear t-shirts. That sounds weird. But I usually wear like graphic tees, and they almost always have a meaning. So This shirt is Norm's News soda fountain in Kalispell, Montana. This last summer, my kids and I took a road trip to Montana. And it was delightful. And there's an episode about it in our podcast over at The Road Home to You, if you're interested. But we stopped at this soda fountain that's been around for like 100 years, and it was so delightful. We had phosphates. I didn't know what a phosphate was, but they're good. The customer service there was wonderful. It's just a fun little environment, and I highly recommend it. If you are ever passing through Kalispell, Montana, check out Norm's News. It's worth it. And I guess that's it. All right, you guys. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. May God bless you richly in this coming new year. May you have such a splendid time with your family, with your friends, with your pets, with your neighbors, with your church, with your community, whoever y'all are spending your Christmas with. I trust that it will be a good one. I pray that you guys will all feel the peace of the season and know the joy as well. All right, you guys. Very Merry Christmas to you all. And to all, a good night. Happy stitching. Bye.